Hey, what's up? Good evening, lovely people. So I hope you guys are doing pretty well. You guys are having a really good afternoon. Myself, I know I'm having all right afternoon because the reason why I'm not actually having like a really great afternoon is because I have to go to work as soon as I'll be done recording this, and it's gonna be like another 12 hours. But I do know after that I'll be off for 2 days, so it's not me totally um desperate or exhausted because I know I'll have some break. I'll have 2 days to actually um have fun and not think about work until I actually have to go back again. So finger crossed, everything will be fine there. But yeah, so I hope you guys are doing pretty well. Doing fine. Still have to deal with multiple things right now. I'm kind of like in a limbo when it comes to things that I really don't want to talk about. But I just wanted to jump on YouTube today to record this video because I think I'm started like switching my mind when it comes to some stuff that I used to believe in, and I really want to reflect, and let you guys know what I think now. I used to not quarantine my fish for the longest. The last quarantine that I did was with the 15 maybe 20 angelfish that I had, the little baby angelfish that I had like probably like 4 maybe like 5 weeks ago. That's like the first quarantine that I did, and I did not really do like a quarantine to go. To be honest, I will call it like an observation. Like I put them on 30-gallon long, and I let them sit there until I actually put them learn. Thing that I finally bought them, but it was not like a full quarantine with meds and everything that you guys know about, like your quarantine fish. Therefore, you gotta have like a different form of medication, peak medication. So it was like nothing with that, and I think I was a little bit lazy, and I was delusional at the same time. Lazy because I did not want to go out of my way to actually go get the meds that I really needed to properly quarantine the fish. But thank God, like none of the fish actually had anything, and they're pretty healthy right now, and I'm not really seeing anything. But I actually did the same mistake like a few weeks ago with some guppies that I bought from different Petco. And I had my finger crossed actually that hey, you know what, I really don't have to quarantine them. So they're from Petco, they should be fine. And I lost every single one of them fishes. Like one after one. Literally crazy. But yeah. So I'm a little bit less delusional when it comes to quarantining my fish. Like I really do take this thing serious right now. Because I do know there is a good amount of money that you can lose from this, like I did with the guppies that I tried to buy like from multiple Petcos like from weeks ago. And yeah, so that was a pretty good lesson. So the risk that I took was buying the guppies because I really wanted to start breeding guppies, and I really did not think about like maybe trying to look for wholesalers, which are actually people like selling guppies in bulk, which would have been like still make it possible for them to be sick, but also less possible because if the wholesaler has like a bulk of sick fish, it's really less likely for them to sell them because they might die in the process, or they might actually die right in their hand. So I think like those fish from wholesalers are usually head medicated because they don't want to lose any fish. And yeah, so I didn't really think about like finding any wholesalers and actually try to get a good deal from buying guppies because when you try to buy guppies like individually, it's really expensive. Like talking about like $8, maybe $5 for a regular guppy. It's like one guppy, one fish. So yeah, so that was my first mistake. Went for multiple Petcos. I think it was at least like 3 Petcos that I went to and tried like to get multiple strains because I was like, you know what, if I'm gonna breed guppies, so I'm gonna try to get multiple strains because I went to this Petco. They still had like some colors I really like, but they did not had a lot of female. I was trying to get a good amount of female, and like a few male that I had, which were beautiful male, but they still had like some fetal inward if you actually did take a step back to look at the and it was literally decaying and I say working away. So yeah, so I ended up like buying this fish, went home. I had the 30-gallon that I repaired like 1 week before event. Then I actually put the guppies and then I acclimated them and then the guppies. One of them actually died and died, and then eventually like the other one died. And I think I have videos on this on my channel actually. So if you guys really want to see, you can go back and actually see, me with this guppy episode. And I even said that hey, I'm not really into guppies no more, and I'm really not gonna do anything about guppies. But hey, look at me right now, trying to breed guppies. So I find on this. I found this wholesaler called Aqua Una, and I'm trying to get some guppies from them. I already placed my order, and I have an upcoming shipment. I will say order coming up. I'll say upcoming and coming up. Pretty soon, I guess. But I'm not receiving any confirmation number right now, so I'm a little bit skeptical about receiving anything, to be honest. But I'm trying to be as helpful, as positive as possible because I really do want to breed them guppies, and they're really beautiful too. But right now, I think I'm ready to do what's necessary to take care of them or to quarantine them and actually take it seriously, because I really don't want to lose any fish no more. I really don't, and I really want to breed guppies. I know I'm able to do so because hey, I had some regular handlers that I bought like months ago, and they're still breeding like crazy. I have multiple generations from them, but I never actually tried guppies because I was like, not really ready. But I think I'm ready for guppies right now, and that's one of the reasons why I'm trying to actually make them guppies and sell them, which is the ultimate goal. But breeding them mostly because I really want to see them babies, with the little thing going up and stuff and being all beautiful, swimming around my tanks. So I just can't wait to actually show you guys once the shipment maybe once the order will be there at home. But this is gonna be a whole process. One thing that I had to do is go on YouTube and watch multiple like quarantine my fish kind of videos. And like one of the things that they did talk about, like almost all of them, was a trio med, which is technically three medication that they try at once to quarantine the fish, which is something that I'm totally against. For because there is something called um MRSA. MRSA is pretty much like when you get, I'm not gonna say when you get too much of a medication, but I'll say when you take way too much antibiotic, even if you might think it's really needed. The thing that you're taking the antibiotic for, just gonna get used to the antibiotic, and then once you really do need the antibiotic, you actually take the antibiotic. It's not gonna do anything for you. So like the whatever you're taking the antibiotic for, will just get used to the antibiotic, and then right now there is like antibiotic that can actually help you. So I pretty much have to use this in mind when it comes to fish as well, because I do think like fish are, living organisms, and they have like multiple healthy organ system like us humans, and therefore should be pretty much the same thing. And I really don't see this talk about enough when it comes to the whole fish hobby, because people are really quick with, oh, let's medicate fish, or let's use this specific kind of antibiotic, or using antibiotic when it's really not needed. Like, if you really want to get antibiotic when it comes to, you having a problem, or you thinking that you have a problem, it's pretty easy to find antibiotic when it comes to, the fish keeping hobby, because you go to Petco, you get antibiotic, you go to PetSmart, you get antibiotic, you go to Walmart, you go to Amazon, you get antibiotic. So it's pretty easy to get your hands on antibiotic, and I think it's pretty easy to actually, maybe make fish resistant to different kind of organisms, and then just spread this whole thing. It's just a matter of time, I think. So I just think it's just a matter of time for a really good breeder to heavy medicate their fishes, right? And then breeding, having babies, and those babies become resistant to whatever the heck we do have right now that can treat almost everything that we want. I just think it's a matter of time, because it's gonna happen quick time soon. Because we just use way too much antibiotic when it comes to this hobby. I know I'm totally against it, but I'm going to try to make use of it, because I'm thinking about it right now with the past incident that I had like weeks ago. I think if I did try to quarantine my fish, it would have been a little better, because even if they did not show sign that they were actually sick, but if I did had the antibiotic, I guess, and try start treatment, even if it was not indicated, maybe they would have survived, because I think they had worms. Interesting. That's what I think. But yeah. So antibiotic that I'm gonna use, I'm gonna be not antibiotic treatment that I'm gonna be using. So they some videos that I've watched, they pretty much like all use the same thing, like the same structure was use a trio of medications. So they use something called paraclins, which is an antibiotic, and they use an HX, which is pretty much a product for H. You know, like the small load dot H. That's a H. The small load that you can that you will see, on your fish. I had ick before with my red velvet, but it's like months ago when I really first started the hobby, and I was introducing multiple fish in my thing. And that's one thing too. Like there is no way in hell. I'm sorry, I'm gonna stand strong through this. There's no way in hell that your fish will get eat if just randomly, because you must have introduced something in the environment that will actually give them ick. Because like one of the way that I think that I had ick before when I first started in the hobby was that me actually introducing multiple cores on multiple fish on my team, because I had a beta, and I was actually I was trying to make like those really cool aquarium that I used to see in movies, and introducing multiple fish that I generally had no business introducing into my tank. But of course, those fishes they came from Petco, and they were sick, and they just like started making my fish sick, and then I started like losing them. So like there is literally no way. Like ever since I stopped putting fish in my tank like this, like every single, I'm not gonna say every single day because it was not that close, but I'll say every 2 weeks, maybe every 5 days. Like stop. I never had anything in my tank. I'm not introducing anything in my tank that I generally don't know. Like the only mistake that I did recently when it comes to introducing stuff in my tank was introducing what it's called plants. And I got those plants from my local fish club. And I did see, well, it was totally my mistake to be honest. I did see the snails when I was putting the tank, but I was like, oh, some cute snails, how beautiful, how cute, because I never had like any snail in my tank. I was like, should be fine. But little did I know, two, maybe 5 weeks after that, my tank would be infested with snails. So my tank was totally infested with snails. So I had like to break everything down, apply like a new layer of substrate, kill everything manually with my hand, do a water change. It was crazy. But right now it's totally no snails, zero snails right now. And one thing that I tried to do as soon as I'll see one, I'll just kill it myself. I'll just take it out myself because I really don't want to get any like it's not infestation on my tank. It's not cute. It's really not. And I was thinking about like getting some Colilauches and be like pea poppers, but it's just like right afterwards I kill everything because I really did not think that I had probably fish, maybe organisms that will actually eat them or enjoy them. But I just kill everything. I literally just kill everything when it comes to snails. So yeah, so I'll say do not introduce stuff in your tank like this, like every other day, or I really don't know what's your frequency, but just stop. Just stop. Stop. And I'm not gonna do it to keep you guys for a long time, because like I said, I have to go to work. Because I need to go get the bag. Yeah, so I'll say thank you for watching. I'll put this video up later. And I'll let you guys know once I'll get the fish or receive anything when it comes to my reading stuff that I'm studying. And I also am thinking about getting a 10-gallon tank. I'm probably gonna get small. So so I'm gonna go get this 10-gallon for as my quarantine tank. I do have a 30-gallon long that I use for my quarantine tank. I'm not gonna be using it anymore. I'm gonna try to use it for something else, probably put some angelfish on it, and then use a 30-gallon wide for something else. But I'm gonna go get the 10-gallon because it's gonna be much more easier for me to dose, for like the dosage when it comes to like using the medication, the treatments, and everything else. So yeah, bye for watching. I'll see you guys once I get any update when it comes to my business and my projects. Bye.